the soft feminine I somehow came to expect. She cuts her hands on the cans when she opens them with her knife. Cuts her hair in the mirror and washes her clothes once a week by hand, but they still smell like the road. Dirt blown and covered with moth wings from collection bins. Hand-me-down clothes like those that I grew up in. An inch too short at the wrist, but that inch makes her skin look like thin velvet puckered around the pulse. She tries to distract me with cigarette smiles, but won't tell jokes because she knows I can hear the fluid in her lungs when she laughs. 5 minutes of childhood left me with very few memories, but still. I can hear her voice in small Texas towns where the reflection of fall leaves fell in through the blinds, and I went to sleep with one line of red light across my eyes. And she sang. She knew 3 songs. Hush Little Baby, You Are My Sunshine, and Rod Stewart's You're in my heart, you're in my soul. You be my breath, should I roll? I remember those words like prophecy spoken in the midst of cicada mating songs and pecan-picking green-fingered days. And I carried those words with me through gang fights with only me on my side. Carried them when we disowned the family tree to separate young limbs from unhealthy trees. And I carried them when she swore that she loved me but didn't fucking like me because I missed the school bus one time. Product of small Texas towns and roughnecking women, she can't get a job welding anymore, so she's homeless, but too proud to come home. And I'll be double odd damned if I know what she's so proud of, but she insists on calling this freedom, and I just want to yell at her sometimes, Mom, come the fuck inside. It's cold. One day she'll start a publishing company, Percheron Press, which makes sense. Percheron is a horse like the one in chess, and she's a horse in Chinese astrology, but she's never been much good at finishing anything. That's one of those things she gave me to unlearn. But when I can find her and afford a ticket to wherever that is, we eat soup so thin it still tastes like the tap on the sink, and she refuses my invitation again. Her slow fade reminds me of this poem she wrote in 10th grade. It was called Tears in the Mist, and it was brilliant. Another prophecy of failing before she lost the key to this cage. Or maybe it's me that's failing, because I want to hammer myself into whatever absurd, shapeless bird form it is that would set her free. But that pinner in her hand just curls its thin smoke around her fingers, and she rocks herself in a cross-legged daydream of trance, struggling with the past that just won't let her go. And I still want to yell at her sometimes, Mom, wake the fuck up now. Wake the fuck up now. The language of birds is hers, so I sing. You're in my heart, you're in my soul. You'll be my... I wasn't really ready to be a parent to my own mother.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray.
I am a parent. Proud husband and father to my family, but I don't wear the pants. My wife works full-time so I can become a teacher, dodging children who run around in circles screaming, pulling each other's hair, building up steam so they can charge full ahead and bust you in the crotch with their heads, hoping you will fall down so they can jump up and down on your stomach, singing Lady Gaga songs like Terrorist. But for now, I stay home, feed the laundry and fold the dog, watching daytime TV a little confused because all those lesbians on Montel, fuck, they turn me on. I know that it's wrong, but all those people on One Day at a Time look the same to me. And really, who marries their sisters, cousins, gangsters, boyfriends, pimp? Anyways, and for that matter, how the fuck old is that guy that plays Bo? He's been married like 47 times, but I digress. I find a secret joy in staying home, cleaning the floors, waiting for my wife to come home. But when she does, she comes home tired and doesn't want to hear what I have to say. She just sits in her chair watching Smallville, waiting for her dinner to be served, ignoring how hard I've worked. Oh sure, sometimes she throws me a bone or lets me throw her one. Either way, there's boning happening, and that's a good thing. But lately, she just doesn't seem interested in my dishpan man hands. Until I read Cosmo, which was kind of hard to do with the washing machine on agitate. The magazine kept bouncing around everywhere, which It really didn't do anything for me. Anyways, in this article called 10 Ways to Make His Pants Bulge, they had some really hot suggestions about champagne and oral love straight from the Kama Sutra. They had another about lingerie and spontaneous lovemaking. See, that's what I knew what I had to do, so I pulled my pants up and ran to get ready. Now later, when I heard the car pull up and the door slam shut, I was ready, waiting like a jungle cat on the prowl. As soon as she saw me, she could see I had a little sleeve up under my something. A little something naughty I bought just to greet her in. A hot red lace camisole with fur-lined bra and open-toed shoes below crotchless panties is what she saw. Oh yeah, I was looking hot. And passion burning like iron in my veins, I tore off my robe and stood fully exposed with my manhood hanging through the hole in the panties like a convict bee. Her mouth hung open with wonder. She laughed. I mean, the tears ran down her face and she fell on the ground, gasping for breath, hitting the ground with the palm of her hand to try and catch her breath, pointing at the sad fact that I was in drag, and I said, "You don't like me, do you?" Sorry, I promised myself I wouldn't do this. A few minutes later, she came to the room where I lay, trying very hard, bless her heart, not to laugh, asking me gently, "What the hell were you thinking?" So I explained about Cosmo, and she kind of laughed and said, "Honey, that only works for women, not men." So I kind of laughed too and said, "I know, but I'm desperate. It's been so long since Lois Lane flew with Superman, you know what I'm saying?" And I guess she felt a little sorry for me because she started to get undressed, and then she did. She taught me the secret of married sex, so if you want to turn a wife or mother on, listen. Clean the floors. I know, right? The fucking floors. Do the dishes. See, that will get you screaming, and they will love you more, and that's, my friend, my brother, is how married men get her done.